Hello students, we have completed the short summary of the story, the last lesson in the previous class. Now let's solve the exercise part from your book. So kindly take out your book, Flamingo, and look at page number 2. There is a statement. Notice these expressions in the text and find out their meaning from the context. Notice these expressions in the text and find out their meanings from the context. Before beginning the lesson, we have to know it. Anyway, now let's see that what are the meaning. And these expressions and its meaning, it will be helpful for you. So please take a copy and note the meanings also. Okay. So let's see that what is the first word. Sorry, first expression. In great dread of. The first expression is that in great dread of. It means fearful in anticipation of something. We all have fear, and fearful in anticipation of something is called in great dread of. If we see in the lesson, let's watch it. Little Franz who has very tense or in great dread of his teacher. Okay, Mr. M. Hamel. So in great dread of means fearful in anticipation of something. The next expression is counted on. Counted on means to trust on somebody. Okay. To trust on somebody. To really trust on somebody or something is called counted on. The third expression, thumb at the edges. Thumb at the edges. It means worn or solid edges caused by the frequent handling. Worn or solid edges caused by frequent handling. If you regularly handle something, what happens? We can see the surface of it is very smooth. So thumbed at the edges means worn or solid edges caused by frequent handling. The next expression is in unison. In unison, it means something happening or being done at the same time. In unison means something happening or being done at the same time. So you can use there the expression in unison. Okay. So in the text we see that when usually in the school teacher teaches and students move here and there, and sometimes teacher beats on the desk with his ruler. These all things are happening together or at a time. That is why it's used there in unison. The fifth one is a great bustle. A great bustle, it means an excited activity or a rapid active commotion. An excited activity or a rapid active commotion is called a great bustle. So the last and the sixth expression which is given in your text, that is reproach ourselves with. Reproach ourselves with to express disapproval or disappointment. To express our disapproval or disappointment, we use that reproach ourselves with. Okay, so hope you understand these all expressions and their meanings. It's very easy. So once more I would like to repeat these all expressions and its meaning. The first one, in great dread of, it means fearful in anticipation of something. In great dread of means fearful in anticipation of something. Next, counted on, to trust on somebody. Counted on means trust on somebody. I counted on him. That means I trusted him. Okay. Thumb at the edges, the odd or solid edges caused by frequent handling is called thumb at the edges. Next, in unison, something happening or being done at the same time. A great bustle, an excited activity or a rapid active commotion is called a great bustle. The expression a great bustle, it means an excited activity or a rapid active commotion. Next, reproach ourselves with. To express disapproval or criticism. Okay, that is called reproach ourselves with. These are the expressions. Now let's move to the next exercise part. That is from page number 7. let's discuss some short questions and the first question is that what was France expected to be prepared with for school that day? What was France expected to be prepared with school for school that day? The answer is very easy because already we have discussed about it number of times. What was France expected to be prepared with for school that day? The answer, France was expected to be prepared with the participles. So see the key points or important points there. Knowledge, so you can write yourselves. If you know the important points, then you can write the answers yourself. So please knowledge that France was expected to be prepared with the participles. France was expected to be prepared with the participles that day as Mr. M. Hamel had told the class that he would be taking a test on the topic that day. So his teacher who told the class that he would be taking a test on the topic that day. Okay. So the first question, what was France expected to be prepared with for school that day? What was France expected to be prepared with school for that day? The answer, France was expected to be prepared with the participles. If you know this word, then you can write the answer very easily. Okay. So participles, P-A-R-T-I-C-I-P-L-E-S. Okay. And that day, as Mr. Hamel had told the class that he would be taking a test on the topic that day. The next question. What did France notice that was unusual about their school that day? I repeat the question. What did France notice that was unusual about the school that day? So let's see that. What is that? Usually when the school began, there would be a lot of commotion. Okay. So the keyword is that a lot of commotion. Okay, the keyword is that commotion. So usually when the school began, there would be a lot of commotion, but that day everything was quiet. And it appeared to be like a Sunday. Okay, like a Sunday. It appeared to be like a Sunday. The first one, usually there is a lot of commotion. Next, it appeared to be like a Sunday. But the students were at their place and Mr. Hamel was walking up and down. So the next key point is that the students and teacher they were appeared in the class. The students were at their places and Mr. Hamel was walking up and down with his terrible and a ruler under his arm. Okay, I hope you understand the answer. I repeat that usually when the school began, there would be a lot of commotion but that day everything was quiet and it appeared to be like a Sunday. It was just a Sunday. He thinks at the beginning it was a Sunday. But the students were at their place and Mr. Hamel was walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. Okay. So let's move to the next question. So the third question is that what had we put up on the bulletin board? What had we put up on the bulletin board? I told you there, this bulletin board has a vital role in their life. So let's see. The bulletin board notified the general public about an order from Berlin. The bulletin board which talks about an order from Berlin. Okay, see that? The bulletin board picture gave an order from Berlin. The bulletin board notified the general public about an order from Berlin. What is an order? It stated that only German was to be taught to students. German was to be taught. German was to be taught to students in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. There are two districts, Alsace and Lorraine, and the students are only allowed to study German language. Actually, that is not their mother tongue. Their mother tongue is French language, but they are not allowed to learn French language in their school, and they are only allowed to study German. Okay, so the bulletin board notified the general public about an order from the Berlin. Okay, from Berlin, and it stated that only German was to be taught to students in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. Next, page number 8. That's a long question, not short. What changes did the order from Berlin cause in school that day? What changes did the order from Berlin cause in school that day? So there are a lot of changes happen in the school. Let's see one by one what are the changes. The order from Berlin brought all the routine hustle bustle of the school life to a standstill. Stand still. See there the keywords. Stand still. Okay, the order from Berlin brought all the routine hustle bustle of the school life to a standstill. The teacher, next changes there that the teacher M. Hamel became more sympathetic to his students. Sympathetic to his students. And to his students, and taught his lesson with more patience. He was trying such a patience. Okay. And next, the students become more attentive in their classes. The students become more attentive in their classes. So see that the school is standstill. There was not much commotion. Next, his teacher who was trying some sympathy and at the same time patience. Okay, the teacher M. Hamel became more sympathetic to his students and taught his lesson with more patience. And next, students also become more attentive. Students also become more attentive in their classes. Another thing is that the villagers who were sitting at the usually empty backbenches and had become to show their respect and gratitude. So the villagers were there. The villagers were sitting at the back bench. And why they are sitting there? Because they wanted to show their respect and gratitude to M. Hamel and regretted not going to school more than they did. They feel a regret and not going to school more than they did. The order also brought out a great changes in the feeling of the people towards their country and their native language. They feel the order just changes there, but a great change in the feelings of the people towards their country and their native language. There was a general sadness, the complete sadness. There was a general sadness about not being able to utilize the opportunities of learning French language when it was easily available. So, see that the school was standstill, there was not much commotion, it looked like, So, see that the school was standstill, there was not much commotion, it looks like Sunday morning. Next, the changes on teacher. Means Mr. M. Hamel, who was sympathetic to his students, and at the same time he shows some patience there. The next is that the students, the children who were there in the classroom, they were very attentive And another thing is that if you village people, they gathered in or they are sitting in the back bench, usually that are empty. Why they are there? To show their respect and gratitude to M. Hamel. And they feel regret not going to school more than they did. The order also brought about a great change in the feeling of the people, that is, they are sad feeling of the people towards their country and their native language. There was a general sadness about not being able to utilize opportunities. The people who are there in that classroom, they feel sad. Why? Not being able to utilize the opportunity of learning French language when it was easily available, accessible. Okay, so that is the answer. Hope you understand. Next question: how did France's feelings about M. Hamel and school change? How did France's feelings about M. Hamel and school change? So suddenly it has changed. So how? Let's see there. France was shocked when M. Hamel told the students about the order from Berlin. What is the order? So they cannot study French language, only German will be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. That is the order. So France was shocked when M. Hamel told the students about the order from Berlin, and that it was their last French lesson. That was the order. It was their last French lesson. He forgot about his teacher's ruler. So let's see the key points. Last French lesson. So France came to know from his teacher that was their last French lesson. Next, if we forgot about his teacher's ruler and crankiness. Ruler and crankiness. He developed a fondness for M. Hamel and the troubling idea of being separated from him forever. So that makes pain. So he does not want to separate from his teacher, even he is such a strict teacher. Then also France likes him. He is separated from him forever. That idea that hurts him. He understood the pain and agony his teacher was undergoing. We see that the teacher who was looking at each and everything and trying to fix everything in his memory. So that time what happened? He understood the pain and agony his teacher was undergoing, and he became more sympathetic towards his teacher. So let's see there that Little Franz was sympathetic towards his teacher M. Hamel. In the beginning of the lesson, we have seen that Little Franz who hesitates to go to school. Now what happened? He creates a sympathy towards his teacher and at the same time his school too. Now carried a different meaning. His books and lessons seem all the friends with he could have. He couldn't give up. Now let's see that his books and lessons seem all the friends. Books and lessons look like all the friends. He couldn't give up. He realized with the pain how much French meant to him and regretted not being attentive. Okay, so let's see that he feels regret here. He realized with pain how much French meant to him and regret not being attentive his classes earlier. Suddenly, he felt that the difficult concept had never actually been difficult. So that was very easy. So let's see there that what are the major points here that they came from his teacher. That was their last French lesson. and he just feel forgiveness to there. Even his teacher was very strict, but he just left all these things, and he feels sympathetic towards his school and at the same time to his teacher, and he felt that his these books and lessons are his old friends. Books and lessons seem old friends whom he couldn't give up, and he realized with pain now how much friends meant to him, and regretted not being attentive in his classes earlier. And he felt that difficult concepts had never actually been difficult. That were very easy, but their attitude made that difficult. So these are the important questions and their answers. I hope you understand, and I request you to go through the video again and again, then for more clarification.